Welcome to the Dental Brief, the world's direct, right-to-the-point podcast, produced to get you the information you need to learn and grow your practice. To learn more about our guests and find links to information discussed on our show, visit our website, dentalbrief.com. On to today's episode.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Dental Brief, the fastest dental podcast on the planet. I am so excited to have back with us again today, Angela Davis-Sullivan. Say hello, Angela.
Hi, everybody.
For those of you that don't know, Angela is a consultant in Florida who does work nationally. Her website is adaptive-dental-solutions.com. And I'm going to go ahead and, Angela, give you a couple of moments here to tell us a little bit about yourself and your background in the dental industry.
Thanks. Yeah, I've been in dentistry for a long time. I actually started when I was about 16 years old, and that was way back in the 80s. So that was before gloves, if you can imagine that. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. I was working there through high school and ended up being like a recall assistant, pulling charts. Then I became an assistant and went to school, did some other stuff. And then I was also a new patient treatment coordinator, an office manager. And then that's what led me to my journey to where I am now with being a consultant and coach for dental practices. I had a real passion for helping others. So that's what I wanted to do.
So let me ask you really quickly, how did you decide what was the tipping point where, hey, you know what, I need to get out of a practice and I need to help other practices? What kind of made you make that jump? That's a big jump. That's
a big jump. Yeah, you're right. And I'll tell you, we had the last office I was working in, we had a coach consultant come in, and I loved how she did team meetings with us. I love how she inspired us. I love the information she brought to us that we didn't have any way to learn on our own, kind of thing. So when she was coming in and doing it, I was just like driving her crazy going, I want to do that one day. What can I do? What could I do? How do I do that? And she just kept throwing books at me and examples. And it kind of grew from there. It did grow from there. And when she started her own consulting firm a few years later, she brought me on with her, and I worked with her, Vicki McManus and Bruce Baird for about 13 years or so with Productive Dentist Academy way back when.
Oh,
yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. That's sounds like you certainly have had some mentors there.
Yeah.
Let's jump right into it. You know, the format of the show, we like to help dentists find solutions to problems. So what is a common problem or a problem that you often see or run into, or one that's going on now in today's environment that you think our audience needs to hear about?
I think a lot of times, I know a lot of times dentists are avoiding conversations with their team members because it's going to be uncomfortable. It's not going to be fun. And so their solution is, I'll just bury my head in the sand, or maybe somebody else will take care of it for me, or maybe it'll just get better magically on its own, because they don't want to have that conversation.
It's a very difficult part of leadership for sure. So what are some steps that they can take? So, let's just jump right into it. We all know there's hard conversations that we have to have with people if we want to grow, if we want them to grow. That has to happen. So tell me, let's just jump right into this.
Okay.
How do you do this? Tell me, what are the steps?
Yeah, it can be challenging at times, and it does take some practice, and I think that's okay too. And a lot of times getting help from somebody on the outside as well to help you walk through it the first few times as you're doing it. And not to forget the goal. You're here, you want help. You need help. You need that behavior to change. So one of my favorite phrases when doing that and going to somebody that we're going to have a difficult conversation with right off the bat is to say, hey, I need your help with something. So the defenses should go down, ideally. Not always, but that's the outcome we're hoping for, to say, I need your help with something. So I'm not coming accusing, I'm not coming threatening. Sometimes we wait so long to say something that by the time we say something, it's like, well, now I'm just extremely upset. And it really wasn't the last little thing you did. It's the 45 things you've been doing that's been driving me crazy. So don't put it off so long, and go into that person with, hey, Angela, I need your help with something. And start that conversation, because the team member is most likely going to say at that point, oh, okay, what can I do to help you? Well, now you have an opportunity to go, well, I was noticing, we've been talking about getting our chart notes done before the end of the day. And I came in this morning and I see that, three of those charts were still empty yesterday. So can you help me understand, what do you need to help get it done? What are you doing to make sure it happens? How can we kind of talk through some other options maybe? So you have a conversation, not an accusatory, do your job. You're supposed to do that kind of thing. So be brave.
Be brave, right? And that's a good thing. Yeah, this was actually, I think you read my mind in my next question. So I think it's actually fear of the kind of the unknown that also makes it hard for someone to have those tough conversations, right?
Yeah.
You think to yourself, well, what if they do this, or what if they do this, or you what if it to death?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that actually causes more type of fear. So let's say that conversation has started, and let's say it doesn't go very well. What are some tips that you can give someone to help kind of keep their cool and to keep it on point, and not get in the weeds, if you will?
Yeah.
Tips there.
Yeah, and that's the hard part, because you can only control what you're saying and you're feeling. So our goal is to make that other person comfortable, and they've got to be reasonable. So if it reaches to a point to where it's just not even reasonable, like you're just so far out there right now, let's just take a break, and can we revisit this tomorrow and pick a day and time when you're going to finish this conversation? That's the biggest thing. I think a lot of times doctors, office managers, or anybody having this confrontation, if they get the kickback, it's like, never mind, you're just not going to get it. And then we just give up, but we still didn't get the result that we wanted. So one of the things I like to do is just say, okay, let's just have a conversation. Help me understand, because, on Monday you did it, or you did these 4 and those look great. So how did you get success there? So don't forget to go back to what did work. So what's changed? So what did work? So you have to get almost curious is a good word to say. It's just help me understand how it works sometimes and not all the times. Sometimes, what's the system? Do we need to tweak that? How can I help you get this done? Because we know it's critical. So stay in conversation mode and curiosity. Ask questions.
It's great advice. I need some more advice from you. If somebody needs help in their practice with with leadership, with personnel, with HR, with practice development, what's someone like you that does consultative type work in those areas, what do you recommend that they do to find and vet someone who may be able to help them?
Talk to other people who have had consultants or coaches in the past, get some feedback. If you run across somebody, reach out to them, have a conversation with them. The same thing. Let's just talk about what's possible and ask them some tough questions, maybe some examples from your office and how they would approach it already. So you get some feedback about how that person works and make sure it lines up with who you are and what you need. Look, there's tons of coaches and there's tons of dentists. There's enough for everybody. You'll find the right personality that meshes with you so that you guys can have success, because that's the ultimate goal. All of us consultants and coaches just want you to be better leaders and have better practices, have better team members. So you'll find the right person. Talk to them, ask them tough questions, see if it fits and aligns with what you're thinking and doing.
That's great advice. Angela, thank you so much for coming on the show today. We love having you here.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Folks, check out the website. It is adaptive-dental-solutions.com. Also, check out Angela's book. You can find it on Amazon. Coming Home to a Better Practice. It's a no-nonsense guide to becoming a leader and building your work family. I highly recommend it. Again, Angela, thank you.
Thank you so much, Patrick.
Awesome. We look forward to having you on here soon. You can find links to Angela's book and to her website on our website and social media. And we look forward to having you back here real soon.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us on today's episode. Did you know you can weigh in on today's topic on Facebook? Search The Dental Brief on Facebook or visit our website, dentalbrief.com, and just follow the link. We look forward to having you join us again on another episode of The Dental Brief.